should see it momentarily.
Okay. I see your face on it.
We should
check
see it
us out. Oh my
momentarily.
gosh.
We're so live, Megan. Alrighty. I haven't been live in like a long time. Like, I'm gonna just go ahead and stop trying to come up with a nice little unique way of talking to the people and all this stuff. I have not been live in quite some time. I'm a little embarrassed to say that, but if y'all are not new to Heyyy HR and like totally familiar, then and if you the biggest thing is if y'all have been kind of follow me or definitely on my email list more than anything, that you know that I've gone through quite a few changes in my career. I've done 5 layoffs this year on my last week at work. Yes, I'm not working full-time as an HR professional. But my last week of work, I prepared for a whole nother layoff, and it's just been a crazy, crazy world. And so I haven't, it's not that I didn't want to go live. Most times, honestly, I didn't have the emotional capacity to go live. So I'm so excited that we're going live today, y'all. I am so excited. This one's gonna be a little bit different. And honestly, I can't even take credit for us going live today because it's my good old friend. She has been working so hard. She's amazing. She's fantabulous. And I think that she's been doing amazing, amazing stuff. I am happy that she's in this space because just like me, she ain't gonna be no entrepreneur child. And so I'm so happy she in the space. I see her grinding. If y'all follow me on LinkedIn and y'all have seen me post so many of her posts because she just keeps dropping these massive gems. And I'm like, oh, this Megan, like they're so good. I almost want to like, repurpose them. But then I'm like, damn, that's Megan, so I can't repurpose. But Megan has been amazing in this space, and she is someone that I have known since childhood. And so it just really touched me with her sharing her story most recently on one of her posts saying like, this is not the space she wanted to be in, but she felt like she wanted to come back and help others. And that's exactly how Heyyy HR was created. And so she just was telling me, we keep in touch. We help each other. I truly believe that it takes a community for anything, not just raising a child, but I don't believe in crabs in a bucket. I don't believe in not helping somebody else. I thrive on the fact that if people didn't help me, I'd have been in a jam a long time ago with plenty of things. And so many times I've gone through and been like, yo, Meg, change this or change that. I'm no expert in this thing, but I can see where she's growing too. And just like that, we've just been like exchanging different information. And I know that she's been working for quite some time, mainly on students who are looking, y'all don't even be looking. Minorities, we don't be looking, but she's been working to help you guys know that there are opportunities of being an intern and having a comfortable internship where you get paid. So many times we automatically think that internships are not paid internships. She has initially, if y'all read my email, this girl graduated valedictorian. Yes. Super smart. Her and all her damn sisters. If they ain't valedictorian, child, they salutatorian. Smart girls. And so Megan started as a scientist. And of course, when y'all see her personality tonight, y'all will know that that just wasn't her comfort area. And so when she went to being a teacher, I was like, I don't know about that, Meg. But later she's transitioned. So she's worked with the federal government on different programs that are available mainly to minorities to help them kind of navigate what that pre-career space will look like. So y'all probably have heard of like Upward Bound and TRIO program and things like that. She's done that for several different years. And through that time, just like me, we see the errors people are making. And I know sometimes y'all be like, but Tamika, you won't be saying this on the job. Well, when we working for people, sometimes we got to shut up. So this is where we create the space to give you guys opportunities. And y'all know, if y'all don't know, let me go ahead and let you know. And if this is your first time, I'm Tamika, the face behind HR. I've worked in HR for over 13 years, have the highest level HR certification, double master's degree, eat and breathe HR. And I love it. But I've been writing resumes as a hustler way before I even knew I wanted to do HR. That used to be my side hustle when I got laid off years ago, 2 times in 1 year. But while I was in grad school, that was my side hustle. Like writing resumes was my side hustle. And now I just go into a place where I'm like, I ain't writing another damn resume. Now I will critique the hell out of it and make sure that you are in a good position to get rolling. But Megan writes resumes. Now, mind y'all, 2 years ago, I was like, I ain't writing no resume. 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 I ain't writing no Her audience is for the younger folks, right? Those folks who are graduating high school, graduating college, trying to find an internship to verify their career and move into that career space with a little bit of an idea, right? Of what they want to do, getting paid the whole time. That's just her choosing, right? Just like me. People are like, but Tamika, you can help me with my resume. I don't work in HR, but I need help. The crazy thing about it is I really don't hire HR professionals. In my whole career, I don't think I've ever hired one. I ain't thinking about that too hard, but if I did, it's definitely less than a handful. But I decided that I wanted to help just HR professionals. Same thing for Megan. She can help any and everybody with their resume. Her sister is correct. Megan will correct me in a second if I'm wrong, but I believe that her sister, the amazing Marla, is an engineer. She's done her resume several times, and Marla is an employed child. So anyhow, I said all of that to say that I know a good bit of my community are those who are a little bit more older. We're past college, or we're doing college. We're a parent. We are a spouse. We're working full time. We're doing all these things at the same time. Well, Tamika, why you bring her on here if she only do, college and high school students? No, because she's opened this opportunity up this month to do everyone's resume. So right now we about to chop it up and talk a little bit about what you guys can do if you're like, I want Megan, but I feel like my resume almost there. Bam, we're gonna help you get it all the way there. And we're gonna talk about quite a few other things. But right now, I just want Megan to talk to the people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Megan Singleton, owner, creator, visionary of Right Frame. We ready?
Hey, Meek, can you hear me?
We sure can hear you.
Girl, don't beat me up like that now. You got me over here. I can my mouth hurting from how you just beat me up to sound like that. So
I beat you up, man. Don't say it. Don't say
no,
it.
I said you big me up. You
I'll
you
big you
know
up.
you got the girl
Absolutely, man.
feeling.
You're amazing. No, you don't know how I feel. Y'all, we ain't even playing. Like, um, I was I just love Megan. Like, I've always been inspired by you, Megan, because I just feel like y'all have been so intentional. But I always have wondered, like, how the hell he balance being like so smart, so with the books, studying, and then y'all so sociable, like, and know everybody. I'm like, how did he balance all of this? I always be peeking at y'all like, so they going to the party in the city, and this girl ain't got all her whole project done and took it in early. What happened? So I've always been amazed by you, but Megan, I'm gonna go ahead. I told you I had not been all the way prepared, so I'm just gonna pull up, and I can't see it until we go live. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up us on live so I can try to, you know, listen to the people, see what they got to say. But for right now, I do want to know. I want you to kind of tell us a little bit about like who you are, right, Fran? What inspired you to even create it? What are your focuses? Whatever you want to share with the people, child.
All the things, all the things. So thank you, Mika, for introducing me. But I'll, go ahead and introduce myself again. So like Mika said, I am Megan Singleton. I am the founder of Right Frame LLC, also known as Aspire to Intern, where I assist mainly students of color. I want to make that clear, mainly students of color with finding and securing internships through career preparation, guidance. So essentially the same thing I do for adults, like writing their resumes and cover letters, I do the same thing for students, with the intention of them getting an internship. And I do that because I am a 5-time paid intern myself. I started interning.
How I'm trying to say when you go watch the poetry, rewind. Yeah.
Yes, I have had 5 paid internships, one being when I started my federal career with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers as an environmental scientist.
Wow.
So I've been getting paid to intern since I've been 16. And so all of those experiences were so invaluable to me. And I want to ensure that students that look like me get that opportunity.
Yeah.
Now, you might be wondering, well, if you work with students, why are you talking to us tonight about resumes? Well, before I did all of that, I'm gonna tell you what comes naturally for me. That's writing. I've always been a good writer. Mika, know my mama. My mama's a
Child, she ain't had no choice. Her mama
my
English.
mama's an English teacher, was 40 years an English teacher. So it's something that was in me. And she realized early that I could write. She actually had me grading high school papers when I was in middle school.
Wow.
And
Get out of
so
here.
writing comes easily to me. And so it just kind of started with people asking me, like, hey, can you look over this for me? Can you proofread this for me? Can you write this for me? And so it turned into me doing people's resumes for them.
Mm.
But every job I've had, probably outside of teaching, I've been like the go-to writer on the team. So
Wow.
I'm just using kind of what comes naturally to me, what I've learned, having had, because I know Mika, you talked about not being one thing and moving, having different jobs. I've had 4 different positions over 3 different fields in the 17 years I've been a professional.
Wow.
So I started out as a scientist, transitioned to education to be a teacher. I worked at the college level, and now I'm a federal grant manager. So I've been through the gamut of career pivots. So I
Mm-hmm.
got to know how to get that resume right,
You
right?
gotta know, child. You gotta know. Let's talk about that though, because I think that's the biggest thing now. And I know what's going on. It's just something in the air. But it seems like everybody are like, I want to transition into HR. I kind of understand teachers. I get a lot of teachers that want to transition into HR. But when you transition, I know this has been over a period of time because you've already been in this space for quite some time. So things probably change. But what are some of the consistencies that you've noticed that you're like, these are things I gotta get right to even get seen with this pivot. So let's like kind of focusing on them pivots because a lot of people doing pivots. Before I even let you finish, and I'm gonna shut up, probably too because I'm too comfortable with you. Um, but I think that the biggest thing is like we watch baby boomers and previous generations stay loyal to those companies because there's that pension, there's that, it wasn't so much of aggressive work when they get there. It became repetitive, regardless of how hard, how easy the job was. I think that they got there and the pride was to find a quote unquote good job and stay there for 30, 40 years, right? Well, our generation is different, but we still want to be in that space of working and not only just working, but working in what we enjoy. So when we realize we've done something for a while and don't like it, it's becoming more common that people are pivoting. What are some of the things you notice that every time, obviously the resume, but focusing on like what are some of the things you notice you always had to do with that pivot and then double in on that resume?
First thing I'm gonna say, and actually I'm about to send this out to the people on my subscribers list. So if y'all ain't on my list, get on the list. But
Let me get the
um,
while you talk. Go ahead.
um, I do my research because I ain't going to jump into something that I don't know anything about, right?
Mm,
So I am going to talk to people in the field. I'm going to, because before I transitioned from science to teaching, I already had, first of all, my mama was a teacher.
mm-hmm.
So I was able to talk to her. She told me, don't do it.
Don't do it, babe.
She said, don't do it. But I had other girlfriends who were teachers too. So I talk to people first. If you're gonna make a pivot, kind of have at least a good understanding of what you're getting yourself into, because it's not gonna be an easy transition if you just get there and then you are bombarded with something that you've never seen before or something like that. The next thing is, like you said, the resume I think is key though if you want to make that pivot, because you're gonna have to show how the skills that you acquired earlier transfer to the next thing. So even though I went from being literally an environmental scientist, that was my job, I had to pick out those parts of my job that aligned with teaching. So I didn't talk about going in the field and digging up holes and looking at trees and looking at leaves. Some people didn't care about that. They
Yeah.
wanted to know, how can you come into this classroom and teach students? And so what I focused on was the outreach work that I did as part of the science.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to them about how, I would go into schools and teach students about wetlands, how I would go into schools and talk to the teachers, how I would go to like events like Earth Day events and talk to everybody, like educate people about the importance of, you know,
To tell me you highlighted your transferable skills. Is that what you did?
I didn't even
Don't
talk
talk
about the
about that.
science
You gotta
stuff.
look for that new, you gotta look like that new professional. You can't look like the scientist. You gotta look like the
You
teacher.
got to look like the teacher. And if you were to look at my resume now, you probably wouldn't even realize I wasn't, because even under that, I still don't focus on that. Because right now, I'm not trying to go back into the science arena. I focus on my, like I said, how would I educated people and my leadership in that position.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
I think that's amazing because I think that's the biggest thing people struggle with. And I think we say it so naturally, but it's so good to hear you who've gone through it. Cause I mean, yeah, I've been in HR, but 13 years of HR, right? So anywhere else I went, it been the same old resume. It was just like everybody else. I'm gonna copy this job
Mhm.
description, throw it on this resume, and here you go. That's everything I did. But like to grow my career, it definitely changed. You know, like my resume has changed to show me as that leader. And I think when people pivot in, I get people who are focused on even the lingo they use. Like
Mhm. Mhm.
real estate agents might say my agents or my clients, and it's like, no, you just got to use words we use in HR, like your partners, your stakeholders. Like we want to see you as a real estate agent. We want to see you as an HR professional. But I didn't feel so bad. We not ignore the people, child, because they chatting it up, and I love it. And a crazy thing is, they all my people that be coming out. Oh, y'all been excited. Hey, Akia, what's going on? I didn't tell these folks get the damn membership so they can get the star. I know it's them. Riley, you too. Aaron, you too. Like y'all up here putting all these, but y'all they know how to get me with the purple chat. The purple
Oh
color.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness. You know, Latanya, she said she loves you. Latanya Sanders. Latanya Sanders. I ain't know Latanya Sanders, girl. I'm still thinking of Tanya's Williams. Sorry, y'all. We don't know each other.
Hey Tanya.
Hey, Tanya. Yes, we absolutely love Megan. Hey, Riley was telling you that, your career pivots were wild, but dope. Such a good like career path progression. He's an amazing HR director as well. And hello, Dr. Jamie. Y'all, that's Megan's sister in the tag. Give her some love. The old pediatrician in the house, child. But yeah, baby boomers are super loyal to their community or whatever. And I think that's the thing. So we don't really have a map to look at, right? So when we start looking at these
Mhm.
resumes, I mean, like honestly, did them baby boomers really use real resumes? Like I I'm on top of them
Their
people.
front was going in there shaking people's hands,
Yeah,
talking in there.
I'm in the door. I can do everything. I can do it all. You just give me one time, I
They
can do
just
it
shake
all.
on it. Let me stop. No, let me stop.
Yeah. I love the baby boomers. I mean, they're our parents, our aunts, but our uncles. But at the same time, it's changed. So we don't really have something we can look at in the back and be like,
Mhm. Yep.
oh, got it. It's almost like we are creating a new pathway. And so when they do these resumes, people make the same crazy mistakes. And I feel so bad because when I do my resume reviews, I do like your mama used to do. I redline it.
She gonna tear it up.
She's gonna tear it up. But at the end of the day, that final product is gonna be like,
Mhm.
damn. It's like a house renovation. I come in here, I see this old house, I'm gonna flip it. Bam. Now you actually getting in the door and you living in your dreams in this amazing house that you've created. Same thing with your resume. I feel like some of the top things I see over and over again. Now you let me know because I wonder if the newer generation behind us got the same issues. But I noticed that some of the top things I see coming through are that people they have their name so small. And this might be an HR thing because we don't think of like applicant 268 or applicant 51.
Mhm.
We literally will be like, oh my God, I met Megan. She's amazing. Ain't none of the rest of us know who Megan is, but we literally
Mhm.
start calling people their names. So I'm like, make your name as obnoxious as you can on that resume or make it stand out with some color or a banner behind it. Nothing too dramatic, definitely professional. Um, I think another thing is like if you're gonna do some people do headers, some people don't. I feel like either way it goes, that could or could not work for you. I suggest that mainly like a header of the title that you're aiming for. I usually suggest that if you ain't got enough transferable skills, I can't really see
Mhm.
it in that resume. But I think the next thing is just like that summary. And I'm like, this summary ain't supposed to be like an abstract summary. We're not looking for a page. And I just wonder if some of these little mistakes I see or nuances are the same things you see.
So the summaries that I see with the students, they aren't long, but they don't give you
Nothing to work with.
right. It's like, okay, I know you're looking for a job. Like that's the, I
And I know you're looking for this job.
right, right. So, but what is it about you? They don't really pull out those things that are pertinent to the job that the person who is reviewing it would want to see immediately.
Yeah.
Another thing that I see is, first of all, these long resumes. Why you got a 3-page resume?
And all you have work at my Bilo and Publix and Walmart and G Crew. Like, what we doing?
Why you
I
got
don't
a
know.
3-page?
I'm saying that for the younger generation.
For the younger generation, but even some of us, because I've taken
Hands down.
resumes for professionals, and I'm like, your resume really doesn't have to be this long.
First of
Like
all,
you
I
can,
don't have to know every single thing. Like, because I think sometimes we think if I work there, I gotta do it. And I think people thinking ahead about the background screening. The background screening, they gon' they gonna do a background screen on what you provide on that resume. So if you don't put on that resume, they don't know that you worked at this place. And we're not that sophisticated in the US, I'll say. Um, but I think that's the biggest thing is that people put a run of a mill of every job they worked on. And I'm like, child, just focus on the jobs that apply or the ones you had long tenure. Like,
the
and
ones that align, I always say align, align, align. If it doesn't align with what you're doing and it's old or it's something that's not significant, just leave it out.
mm,
But I get 3-page long resumes all the time. And I'm always confused. I was like, I thought, this is like a basic understanding. Like if you don't have over 10 years of experience, that thing should be able to fit on one page.
no, you can
Even
make
if
it
you've,
page. You can make it fit on one page. My
but
people might make them. They be like, Tamika, how?
oh yeah,
Oh, I'm gonna show you how we can make this fit because this gonna fit. Because you
yes.
somebody time now, you about to piss them off. You not about to get this job. They're gonna be like, damn, I read through all of this for nothing.
I
Or you
started
can
that
make them top
people don't
read.
have time. Even if you got, because I see a lot of federal government jobs and they'll cut the applications at 100.
Mhm.
Even if half of those people come through, that's still 50 applications that somebody has to go through, 50 resumes somebody has to go through.
Wow, I didn't even think about it for like the federal positions that they cut it off. See, okay, that's super helpful for a lot of people that's trying to go into that federal space. So that even
Now, I will say, let me add this though. If you are applying for a federal government job, that resume can be as long as you want it to be. And it should be as long as you want it to be because the government gonna ask for all the information. That's the only time when I'm like, it doesn't matter how long your resume is.
okay, if they're going.
Outside outside of the federal government, you need to get it, condense it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I can't even ignore this chat because I seen Jason in here. Oh my goodness. Hey, Jason, Jason Powell. What up, Jason? Yes.
Oh,
Thanks, Jamie. Yep. No, Tanya, cut that resume down. Top of that was her issue. Lengthy resume. Tanya, cut that thing down. Ain't nobody wants to see
no,
that you had that part-time seasonal job to get through and get to turn the toys. No,
no.
you don't need to see that. Um, yeah, darn, Jamie hitting on something. Okay, first of all, Jamie was like, I go over resumes from medical professionals and they are far too long. I wonder sometimes if people think that's the expectation. Anyhow,
Mm,
I wonder about that, but I wonder also the level because if you're in at a certain level, I don't expect it to be long. And you can literally still show all your experience in a shorter resume, 2 to 3 pages. And I said three if you're looking at a comfortable six figures. I ain't talking about that 105,000. I'm talking about you going on a job that's like $260,000 a year minimum or something. Yeah, I expect that your title is heavy and you're gonna have more information. But even then I've seen executives figure out how to condense it. And I kind of, good thing I work in HR. I see so many resumes that I did mine the same way because I was like, man, mine getting long. Um, where I always tell my people this too. You tell me if that's right or wrong. I always tell them that last job or that current job you on, if that relates to the position you applying to, that's where I should see most of your bullet points.
mhm.
But if you literally growing your career, in my situation, I was an HR assistant. I went to being an HR generalist, a HR specialist, and generalist, blah, blah, blah. Okay, some of those basic things you already know I know because I started as an HR assistant.
Right.
How to run that I-9. I already know how to give people the W-4s and put it into the system. I know how to do, citizen verifications. Like those things you're gonna do every time. So that doesn't need to be on your most recent work history. I need to see the work elevated over time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It doesn't, you don't have to put all, like you said, if you know that you are at a certain level, that extra, when you first started, that don't have to be there. I usually, or sometimes I'll kind of even put it under like the same heading, like some of the bullet points from some of them, and just put it under like the company, especially if you stay within the company. They don't
Mm-hmm.
need to see
Oh
like
no.
you,
Yeah. I mean, on the side, I put in parentheses like
yeah,
promotion.
right, something like that. But I've done executive resumes, like people who are VPs for divisions in like the NBA.
Yeah.
One page, one page,
Really?
one
Wow.
page. Because, like you said, see like where you are now, what you can do, because you're going to the next level. We don't have to see where you started, like
Yeah.
working at the games, giving folks tickets. We don't have to see that.
Oh, okay.
We
Okay.
want to see. So I got that thing down to one page,
Wow.
highlighted the major achievements at the top. And that's another thing too. I always put like, if you have some major achievements in your, like, I think
Uh-uh.
one of hers was
Give
like,
people examples of major achievements, because some people really be thinking that some of these major achievements, I really,
so I'm talking about bullet points with in the millions, you
yeah.
know, um,
If you
you
manage
know,
like a
re-
budget of over 1 million or something.
right, reaching thousands of people,
Hmm.
um, or having like high profile names. Because I had a client that did a first time shoot for like Sports Illustrated or something. Her shoot was like the first one Sports Illustrated had it. That's major. Those
Yeah.
go at the top. They can stand out
Yeah.
by themselves. They don't have to be under. In fact, I don't want them under to get lost in all the other
Get
stuff.
lost. Yeah, they get lost. No, don't put that in that stuff. Yeah.
But
No,
if you have major achievements, put that out. Let them stand out at the top.
mhm.
Because they need to know, like, okay, we're not dealing with a regular. Because I tell people all the time, the purpose of your resume, this is what I tell my students. The purpose of your resume is to show how you did your job better than everybody else.
All them
They
people.
know what you did. They know the what. They need to know how do you do it better.
Mm-hmm. 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 So they need to see a transformation of your skills over time, like a level up. But I didn't stop on Jamie. Man, hold up. Jamie said, as a hiring professional, she don't read them, and I don't think people realize that we don't. When them things get too long, I'm gonna put that in the maybe stack if you look kind of half right. But
I ain't
honestly,
gonna read an email that's too long. I'm not. Oh, I'm gonna skim that email because
I can't read them long emails.
because you can. Here's my thing: the same way anything can be condensed. Usually, we use too many words.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's too many filler words. There's too many words that don't. We can condense things down. I even write my emails sometimes like I write my resumes because I don't want to read 3 paragraphs of anything.
So bullet point this thing for
I'm
you.
trying to.
So
And
bold.
so yeah, I'm always gonna shoot for one page. I'm As a resume writer, I'm always shooting for one page.
Wow. I always shoot for two. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, it always depends on the level of experience, because there's so many different like formats that's coming now.
Mm-hmm.
We're using these little formats, but there are many times I said this ain't the format for you, because like sometimes it ain't jiving right for what you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think people run for these formats, or I guess so many where I'm fighting against the damn resume writer. So no, this is why I'm so excited Megan is here. If y'all been following me for any period of time, y'all know that I've always say that I absolutely love Cassie Adamola as a resume writer. I knew Megan can write resumes. Megan ain't had time with this entrepreneur business. So I'm happy that she's transitioned over, because these are the only two people I'm going to ever recommend to you, because too many resume writers write these resumes like they writing for a scholarly journal. And I'm like, I don't even know what this means. And you saying this a 5-year HR professional, I don't even know what you're saying. And when I condense it down, it sounds like you're saying the same thing over and over. Like they throw in all kind of ratios and numbers and percentages. And I'm like, but how you get this percentage from this sentence? You know what I'm saying? It's not, the math ain't math. Um, but it irritates me because these typically resume writers cost a good grip these days. But I don't like the ones that put in this thing, I literally feel like I'm watching, reading like, the National Journal Association of whatever. Why are we doing this to you or me? So, what do you feel? Do you feel like you get a lot of those resume writer ones or ones that I guess, when you get to your more professional people, how do you feel like they start and when they get to that transition of the things that they're like, darn, I had this long resume, but you cut all of this out. What are the first things you'll notice that you do cut out on a consistent basis or whatever?
So I'm glad you brought that up about them using all these like scholarly words and these words that are, I don't know, just extra for no reason, right? Because I've gotten
Right.
some resumes like that, and I I'm a resume writer that is very collaborative with the people that I'm working with. I'm
Okay.
not going to take your resume and just do it. This is going to be a team effort because
Okay.
one, I don't know your job. I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know your background.
Mhm.
And two, I want you to have something that you are going to be confident with and that you want. So a lot of times I spend a lot of time asking my clients questions like, what is this word? Like, what do you mean by this? Because a lot of times people will just grab stuff or they'll just talk like they are talking to somebody in their field. And I'm like, but I don't, this may not translate with everybody.
So how do you work with them? Like tell
So
how do you
what first of all, the process. So if you want to come work with me and have me do your resume, the process is always, first of all, I want to know what your goal is. Like, what are you trying to accomplish? Is it a pivot? Are you trying to get a promotion? What are you trying to do? The next thing is I'm going to ask for a job description. And I'm going to ask for a job description because the best resumes are aligned to a job description.
Now when you say job description, are you referring to the job they're working or the one that they want to work?
The one they want, the one they want. Because in fact, I just read this today. I think it was like 61% of like hiring managers want a personalized resume. Personalized in that it aligns with what I am looking for.
Mhm.
Not what you necessarily want to show me, but it aligns with the thing that I said I need from as a hiring manager. So I'm going to say, hey, even if you don't want to like apply for a job immediately, do you have one or two job descriptions? Like this would be your ideal job, or this is where you're trying to get to. Send me those things and then send me your resume because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that to kind of guide me in writing and pulling out those certain skills and certain things that will align with that job description.
Mhm.
Now, I'm also going to ask you for another thing that I know a lot of my clients struggle with, but I ask them for, I call it a go off list, right? This is your list of all the things that you did amazing, that you done did for those people that some people ain't asked you to do, that you went over the top of your job, you went above and beyond.
The go off list. You better patent that thing, girl. I'm gonna steal it. Or what you call it? You
Because
better trademark it.
because the thing is we get on these folks jobs and we do so much more than what we actually are tasked to do and we don't keep track of it. And then you try to think back, oh, I need to get my resume done. And you try to think back what you did 6 years ago. That's not going to work.
This child, even 6 months, we
So
struggle.
first, so quick tip in that, if you have not yet, you keep you a list, a notebook. I have a document that I started in 2016 that I still add to every day. I have not taken anything off of that document. But if something happened and I did something that was extra and they didn't ask me to do it, or I improved something, I'm going to that document, created a new training. And that's all I'm putting. Just to because and so I have them, I ask my clients, go back through that write down everything you did. Think about the things that you
And
did that
we see that you come in early every day. That ain't what we looking for. We looking
no,
for
no, we're looking for when you say, and I tell them how you save money, how you save time, how you created something new, how you uh,
like maybe I cleaned up a process and that really saved not only time and increased productivity, it helped save the company money. Maybe I went through and did an audit and I found out that the company was losing money in this area. Maybe I did, these trainings just thinking I was going to help everybody get to learn the system better. And now when I look, people are like, oh, Tamika, Now I got it done in no time. Hey, Tamika, we found this error. We never
Yeah.
realized we had this error. So like I always tell my folks too, because you ain't even gotta just use that on your resume. That's one place to use it. But when I tell you I put that thing down like a Bible on my performance reviews every time, don't play with me and my money. I need my money.
That's how it started. That's how I started that list. I had to do my performance review
Mhm, me too.
and I needed to go back through all the things. And then I was like, oh, you just need to keep this list running
Yeah.
because you can, the same stuff on your performance review is the same stuff you need to put in your resume.
Yep. And you know the craziest thing, Megan, is when I first did mine, because I actually did mine. I did mine for a combined reason. It was coming up time for performance review, but I also needed to recertify. And it was like
Mm,
I was trying to keep track of this project I did because they had just started where we can get like X number of credits, 10 or 20 credits. If we did a project, this big project, then approve the company or whatever. And the one that I had did was an aggressive recruiting strategy. And when I tell you, I built that thing out the mud. So I was trying to like think back, like, how did I build this to where it
mm-hmm.
is today? How did I get us to this point? And when I started doing that just for SHRM, I just started adding on to it because I was like, well, my performance review is gonna happen next month or whatever. And listen, if I wish somebody been in there just to see the look on that lady face when I brought a damn performance review into her, and I just was like, "Nigga, you done it, girl. You done it. You done stumped the bitch." Oh. But I wasn't even thinking about her reaction. What I thought about for myself was, "Girl, you did a lot of work.
You did a lot.
Realize how much we do outside of this regular job description every day." And I was
You
like, "You
do a lot.
Y'all do it just if you just want to like shock yourself. Hold on, the people talking to us, child. Hey, Mighty Zan. Tanya and Jamie talking back and forth. I love it. Hello, South Florida. We're on the East Coast too. Megan and leave me in South Carolina, child. Matter of fact, Megan in South Carolina too. All right, who's the beautiful guest that's with us this evening? Mighty Zane. Hello. I need all of these names I know to go ahead and join this membership. But I ain't gonna beat y'all up on that too hard. I might save it to the end. But you already missed our introduction. Megan is an amazing, amazing, amazing professional. She really focuses on internships, but with internships, paid internships, profound internships. We're not asking you to go be somebody's assistant and sit in a corner for 6 months. But she not only helps with paid internships, but tonight she's kind of helping us focus on resumes. So just to catch you up a little bit. No, but Tanya, you mean you had a job gap and you were worried about hiding that job gap? Is that what you mean? I'm gonna wait on your response. All right, Jason. When I look at resumes for news, yep, because Jason does work in the
Hmm.
if it is longer than one page, I'm not looking at it. Plus, you need to catch my attention when I look at it, or I won't look at your full resume. Yeah. I hate to say it, but so many of us looking at this. Hey, Toya, look at him. Nice old member. It's so sad to say it because here we got Jason who works in the media for the news station, right? Then we got Jamie, who's a pediatrician. I mean, if you can't even be like, well, I want to talk to your boss. Jamie gonna pop right back up on you. So if you hear the owner or the business owner saying this, or somebody who's been in and experienced all this time, it ain't just us, y'all. We not the only ones. I've worked with so many recruiters. I keep begging my cousin to come on. He's worked in staffing for just as long as I've been working in HR. And he is almost the same way. He's like, I go back to those if I can't find the people I need, then I might go back to those.
Hmm.
You don't want to be that person that we might go back to because most times we're gonna find somebody that actually did the right things when we keep looking. Riley, the go off list is so key. Yes. I love the go off list. That's why I tell folks they need to always keep this updated so you don't miss great accomplishments. Yep. Yep. Riley, you know I ain't got time, but I come in every day. Oh, I come in every day. I'm on time. I'm 2 minutes early. I have my computer up before time. Girl, okay, child. Meanwhile, we over here completing this work and getting it done in shorter time. You worried about just being on time.
Exactly. Yep. So yeah, keep that go off list. If you don't have one yet, go ahead and start one.
They going off about the go off list, child. Toya says she need to do her go off list. You gotta do it, Toya.
You gotta go back and even if you don't have it now, just go back and think about
Yeah, and I just think about 2024 and keep going
yep.
because
And
that's what I did. Like I just thought about what did I do this year. I digged in emails. I went back and I had used to do like weekly updates for my managers and stuff, and then at the end of the month, I give like a month overview, and it depended on how deep we were in an aggressive recruiting. So of course, I kept all of my presentations that included all of these different stats and just kind
Mhm.
of progress and data. And so I just like went back and started looking at the monthly data, and I literally was like, damn, we did some movement in a year. Like I couldn't believe how I had grown and critiqued that aggressive recruiting
Mhm.
strategy. And like, even if you don't do it because you gonna use it, which once y'all create this go off list, you're gonna always use it. Like I still use my list on my performance reviews at my current organization or organization I just left. I had my go off list every single time. And I actually just put it as a Google Doc because I was just like, I ain't got time to be
Mhm.
looking for my notebook. I used to keep it in a notebook. And I was
Mhm.
like, I ain't got time to keep looking at this notebook. And I just might like if my job title changed, I might highlight that. If I'm in a rush, I'm gonna put it just as simple as you said. But if I'm if I feel like I don't want to miss that crazy progress, then I
Mhm.
might put because when I first started at the last company, I was in talent acquisition, recruiting. And we would literally get thousands of applications, anywhere from 500 to over 1,000 per position, less than a week, right? It's the tech industry, it was wild. And I shocked myself because when I first got there, our time to fill, which is from the time somebody start interviewing, sometimes people do it from the time they start interviewing, sometimes they do it from the time they apply. But just from the time they start interviewing to hire was like 65 days. So the time from they apply to get an offer was average 85 days. And I was just like, why do
That's
we
a
have to
long
take
time.
this long? Too long. And I shocked myself when I was like, oh my God, is my average? Like my average is 28 days? Like
Mhm.
how I
Yep.
went 85 to 28? Like that blew my mind. And I did that in like 90 days. Like I was just like, nope, we getting through. Mm-mm. I'm like doing all these things until my team is like, Tamika, every week on a recruitment meeting, you have another offer. I'm like, yeah, my bad. I do feel like I take over the meeting. How do you get so I get so many? Child, you ain't working. Like that's the thing. I just didn't even realize the impact. But obviously my coworkers realized that I didn't
You
even.
gotta, and that's why you write something, and that's why you too, like when you are having those performance review conversations, you may want to talk about, with your supervisor about, well, what's the average or what's this or what's that, ask for certain numbers because they may be keeping track of it. If or you could keep track of it yourself.
Mhm.
You sometimes we do know what them folk around us are doing
Yeah,
and
we
how long it's taking them to do it.
a lot of times we know.
So don't that type of thing, especially you take that number, you put that thing in a percentage, how you went from 85 days to 28 days, and you make that a percentage. That number is gonna stand out on that resume.
Girl, I ain't even had I threw it on the list, right? But I, because see, I'm a person, even if I'm looking for a job, I stay prepared. Because I had too many times people be like, let me see your resume. I know about this.
Listen,
I went,
I tell them all the time, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to say if it's super profound now, I run right to that resume and I throw that percentage change on there so quick. Um, because that just floored me. There have been times I've, trained other members and watched them improve over time from whatever to whatever. Okay, I might put that on my list because I'm gonna tell my boss, like, yo, I trained so and so. Maybe I started learning a new AI tool to find better candidates. Okay, cool. I'm gonna probably throw that on my list and come back to it later when I'm actually needing my resume to be updated or got time to focus on it, whatever. But if it real good.
And usually, listen, especially Black women, if you are, we are doing our job at a high level, most because we have to.
Yes, and I just saw
And
an article. Matter of fact, I might can pull it up, but I can't even say an article. I like watching like Black millionaires and stuff like that on IG, and they had just posted this thing saying that like African American females are the most educated, like in the US, like the most overeducated and overqualified. And I was like, I say
Mhm.
this all the time, but it's so nice to see this like linked to a real resource because I'm like I just see too many of my mentees where I'm like, girl, you wasting all your time. Like, why are you rushing to get the certification and the degree at the same time when you got time to spend with the kids? Like,
And that's another thing with the pivot I wanted to say too, because I had actually spoke to um a potential client. We did a discovery call this week and she was talking about she wanted to pivot to something else. So she was like, I think I'm gonna go to school. And I was like, who told you you had to go to school?
They think everything got to go to school. I don't go to
And so
school.
I was like, did you do any research about what was going on, what you need to do to get into this field? She's like, no. I was like, so then let's not jump into school because school costs money.
Yes. But adults do it too. And I'm like, go to that company that needs that. Because see that
Well, she wasn't an adult, she was a professional. This was one of my
oh,
adult clients. Yeah.
oh boy. Okay, everybody running a mile with this education. Because I'm like, this is one thing that can help you create this job search strategy, right? Because now instead of you being like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go run and do this or do that. Personally, I might target the companies that have academic reimbursement. So now I'm gonna probably put that on my job search tracker because when I'm looking for a job, I'm keeping track of every job I'm looking for. And I might keep that on my job search tracker. How many companies did I find that have academic reimbursement or educational reimbursement or professional development that they're highlighting on this job description because people are doing that, putting a lot of their benefits there to attract you.
Hmm.
Like when I do that, now I know that I ain't got to guess if they're going to pay for it. They're going to pay for it because they already talked about, paying for it. So if they're going to pay it for me, that's the company I need to go to because this education, this degree, this certification is helping them.
Yeah.
Really. I get it because yeah, it's helping me progress in my career, but they're getting that immediate return on that investment that they didn't even invest in. They just give me
Hmm.
a salary that works. It's probably market salary and it might be on a lower range, but at the end of the day, I'm using this education and certification for them on the job.
Yeah.
I ain't using it to pay that bar tab and I open up a happy hour. I ain't using that to pay the bill at the brunch with the girls. You know what I'm saying? Like that's for y'all. Why don't y'all pay for it? And that's what
Yep.
I try to get people to understand. Like, don't get yourself in all this debt for like no reason. Now we got to keep listening at Biden or Trump. Who about to get rid of the school day? Save yourself, child. They ain't nice over here. We keep on watching just for that, child. They ain't nice in this way, please. But I lied. It was actually Dia Hughley, and he reposted it from Black Block Chain Summit. But I thought that was just wow. I was like, gosh, it's kind of scary that it's validated.
Yeah, we out there getting the degrees and the certifications and all the things and still struggling to get what we should be paid. But that's another conversation for another day.
So around here using
But
Klarna to go on that vacation. We using Klarna to pay for the room on that vacation. We using Afterpay to pay for the clothes that we're
oh,
gonna wear on that
silly.
vacation. But all you had to do is make them people pay for that education and do your research. I always tell people I have my whole blog. You go to my blog, HR.com, you go to the finance section. I literally post in like several blogs, like 3 to 5 different places where you can get market salary ranges. So you have an idea. Because
Hmm.
that's the other part is people scare me how they're like, oh, they paying $18 an hour. I'm so happy. I'm so happy, girl. I got 18. I was making 17.50 at the last job. So this gonna be I'm not judging anybody who's in that space. I once was there.
Hmm.
But
We
what you
all been
ain't
there.
gonna do is play in my face with that 50 cents. That's just not what we're gonna do. Cause now this is where you begging me to push back the black girl attitude. And I see y'all think I just walk around with it. You created it. As you play it in my face. But when you get to that space, that's what we gotta do is we gotta
Yeah.
show that that's where we are. But listen, Megan, you already know how we roll. Like we'll talk all day. And the crazy thing, y'all, is we don't talk about us as much, but we talk our businesses as much. We talk because we're from the same hometown. We're from a small town,
Mhm.
McLeodville, South Carolina. But we also we'll talk about any and everything under the sun, but it's not this stuff. So it's so nice that we can still like keep going back and forth. But I know that you're doing an amazing thing this month, and I do not want to gatekeep. I don't want to hold us back from the people because people need this. We talked about resumes this whole time. It's nice to see that the chat is going wild and having some gems dropped and they're shocked. But I want you to tell us about this amazing opportunity you have with your resumes for this month.
So this is the month of January. It is 2025. We are starting off a brand new year. And I wanted to give everybody an opportunity to start off that year on the right foot. So what I am doing for my adult clients, and this is for my adult clients, I am giving you, or the offer is that you will get your resume done at student prices. So these are the prices that I usually just, they are for my students, as people who are in college. And when I say students, I actually students who are in college who are under 21, because some of us are in college and we working. Okay. But I have a new year, new career deal. Resume overhauls are 175. That's how much I charge my students. But I am offering that to my adult clients this month, just for the month of January. Resume reviews are 135. Cover letters are 125. I have packages for those things too that are always also discounted, because I know there are so many of us who need to get our resume done, who are not getting paid what we should be getting paid, who are in jobs who we are not appreciated. We're going above and beyond, and jobs that are actually like mentally and emotionally oppressing us. Because I have talked to people, and we
Literally.
see it all the time on LinkedIn. You don't have to stay in a place where you are unappreciated, where you are being just made to
You're
be
sacrificing your
uncomfortable.
peace. Some people are literally
Sacri-
sacrificing their peace.
Sacrificing your peace. And so I am giving you the opportunity this month to get that resume updated so that you can put yourself out there and you can get the job that you deserve, the money that you deserve, the appreciation that you deserve, all for what I am calling student investments with adult returns. Okay.
Oh, we got all kind of slogans over here. Y'all ain't ready, child. Y'all ain't
It is
ready.
a small investment for a big return. And we know, like we could say resume 500, 800, thousands of dollars. But just
Literally.
for this month, I am doing it for 175. And like I said, I don't know, some of y'all might have just jumped on. This is a collaborative process. I want your input on your resume because this is your resume. This is the thing that you have to go out and present yourself. This is the first time people are going to see you. So I work collaboratively with my clients. You tell me what you're looking for. I'm going to tell you what I think from my professional opinion, but we are going to work together to get you something that is going to get you noticed, that you are going to stand out among other applicants. And you also need to do it this month because some folks trying to hire this month.
This
Like everybody, the same way you got to
out.
go. Go
Budgets are
ahead, Mimi.
finalized, so people know what they can hire. Headcount is being approved. And the people are getting what their what do you call it? FP&A, their financial analysis and forecasting, and they know what they're forecasting they can produce and the headcount they need. But one of the things I wanna reiterate with Megan is that Megan, I love that she does it collaboratively, because that's the same reason, or I feel like it's the very same reason why I do resume reviews. And they're thorough, and I expect that you're going to, do the work. With career mentoring, we work on it more and more. With just a resume review, obviously I go in this full detail. I send you everything, the recording, everything like that. But we both do these things for the same reason, because the plan is that you know your resume, because that helps you talk in that interview. What sense it make for me or Megan to do your resume and then you don't even know what you're talking about? Now they asking you about a line, you don't even know what the heck it is. You sounded like, hold on, no, I don't watch The Office. I be watching Real Housewives. They so confused because they're like, but it's on your resume. That one thing gonna stop you from getting a job. That one thing. And that's what we don't want you to do. Like, sacrifice this job when you're more than qualified for it and lose out. So doing it collaboratively, I love that. I mean, that ain't where I'm at, right? But that's why I brought y'all a resource so that y'all can sit with somebody who's going to literally sit down and work through this with you. She just dropped two big gems that I do with career mentoring. I mean, it's just y'all, we don't even ever talk about our programming and how it works for our businesses. So I think it's just like confirmation. But I love, love, love the go off list. I mean, y'all do too. And I love the idea of bringing me a couple resumes, because I put that into my form. Like, hey, upload this. I ain't using it because I want to see how excited you are. I use it for the same reason as Megan. But I love that she sit back with you, and y'all ain't finding this damn 175 nowhere else. Now let's be clear. Let's be clear. Let's talk for a second. I love y'all. I'm here for y'all. I bring these resources so that you can feel good about it, right? I already put the link to this in the chat. So if any of y'all looking for the link so y'all can sign up, get on her email list, get this deal going, it's in there, right? And I'm gonna scroll up while I talk to y'all because we family. We family. But there are times that like I get so excited, right? Y'all see some of my posts lately? I want that black jacket so damn bad. And I said, oh Lord, wait till the holidays, see what it look like. And I was so a little frustrated because the jacket was originally like 190 something. Like I'm not doing that for a jacket. And then I went down and I was like, if they can put this jacket down in like 75, I'm getting it, right? G Crew. I know it's gonna be good quality. I love G Crew. They went down to about 125 and I was like, man, please, ain't nobody wait no more. And I ran to get it. If I can invest in that, you can invest in yourself. 175, some of us don't pay attention because we don't budget and we need to. Even budget frees us, it doesn't restrict us. If you pay attention to you spending that in a couple dinners during a week, if you look at, we paid this because we took the kids to the movies and we went, and did a husband-wife date on top of that. We had 2 separate nights. You already threw that 175. Take 1 week where y'all figure out what the hell y'all gonna do in the house and pay this girl so y'all can get your career right and your resume right. Sometimes we got to sacrifice. That's it. I'm gonna stop preaching. I'm just letting the folks know that you want to take advantage of this. This is a 60%. Y'all, come on now. Them people ain't been giving us number 30% during the holidays. Megan, I saved this for a new year, new start, fresh start.
Get a
Y'all
fresh
get,
start, man.
huh?
I say get a fresh start.
Yes,
This is the
yes.
time.
This is literally the time. Like, I don't even know what else to say. Like, I can't think of a better time for y'all to get this going. And once you get this and you get all of this information from her, because she's giving you such a good foundation, you can use this over and over and over and over again, right? Because now you got your list. You're gonna keep adding to it. Now you
Mhm.
know how your resume should look. Now you know how you can customize it for the next opportunity, for that promotion, whatever. And if you get on her email list, you're gonna be floored. If you follow her on LinkedIn, you're gonna be floored. I'm gonna try to find these links real quick because I didn't show y'all this form. I already shared the link for this for y'all, but I'm gonna grab her link to her LinkedIn. Um, because honestly, I literally looked at Megan. I can't remember where you had post one day. That thing had messed me up because I said, "Oh, I'm gonna use this." Sometimes I borrow a little information to help me
Listen,
stay.
everybody on social media be borrowing, so you go ahead and borrow because I be people. I'm like, what Mika doing over there? Let me see what if I could repurpose.
The same thing. Um, but I think you had said the thing that's going to guarantee that I don't get the job is if I don't apply or something like
Oh, yeah.
that. I was just like, okay, this can't be more simple. Like, yeah, this guaranteeing you get the job. You didn't even apply. Make it on LinkedIn. I'm putting it in here now. Y'all, if y'all like this, because we just chatting it up. I'm so sorry. I haven't been live for a while, and here I come popping back live with my girl. So I'm so sorry I haven't given y'all a bunch of attention. If y'all enjoyed this, y'all really had a good time. I'm kind of thinking we kind of brainstorming about bringing Megan back. But I want to do what the people want me to do. I want to just around here, run my own business and do whatever. Because I'm running it for me. I'm doing it for you guys. If you had a good
Mhm.
time, you'd like to see her come back, let me pause. If you had a good time and you enjoyed Megan, you learned some stuff from Megan, put a one in the chat. And then, now this is gonna be a little level up, right? Because we're gonna just add that on. I want gonna be one, it's gonna stay there. If you had a good time and you really want to see her come back, give me a 2. Now, I ain't stopping there. I ain't stopping there. If you had a good time, if you want to see her come back, and if you already clicked the link and join on her email list, then hit 3. Look at it. 1, 2, 3. Y'all got this. I need to see some ones, some twos, some threes. Tell us truly how you feel. We're not going to judge you. We're not going to judge you. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate the ones. Look at the ones flowing. And Meg, the ones are flowing in. The people, they're flowing in. They're enjoying you, man. Oh, bam, the twos coming in. They were just waiting for me to say the two. That's all. They were waiting on me. Bam, here goes the threes. They were waiting. I'm so silly, man.
I love you, man.
I
I
love you.
swear.
And I'm so excited to see where you're going. I didn't want to push you into this direction, but I knew that there was so much for you to share out there with the rest of us. Like I told you earlier, I was always admired seeing you guys get these amazing internships and coming back to school and being like, oh yeah, well, I had a good time in this place and that place. Cause y'all, I don't remember. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Your internship thing used to be local. It used to be like taking flights and going
No,
places.
actually, my internships were all local,
Were they?
right? So let me
Shut
tell you
up.
why. Because I went up to Atlanta for school.
Uh-huh.
So I was
Spelling,
like,
spelling, guys. Okay.
so I was like, in the summer now, I done been in Atlanta the whole summer. I want to go be with my friends from home. So
Yeah.
I purposely looked for internships in Charleston so that I could go, like you say, go do my internship in the daytime and then party with my friends at night.
John Jay, you trying to
So
you got
all of my internships were actually in Charleston.
wow.
Yeah, but I did. So one of them, two of them, was it one or two? I think one of them, I lived in Charleston though. Like they had dorms for us. So I actually lived in a house
Mhm.
downtown while I did the internship. So, but the other ones, I stayed at mommy house and I would drive to MUSC or wherever I was born.
Yeah.
And
Because I feel like
mhm.
we had internships the same time, one time at MUSC, or I had it right after you.
I
Uh,
feel like we were at MUSC at the same time for a
I
little while.
for a little while. I'll never
Yeah.
forget the internship. Mine was hilarious. I was just like, I want a paid internship. And when I found out about it, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Never did I think that I was gonna sit like for anywhere from 4 to 6 hours a day, like watching mice like run on a damn track. It was like we ain't had no phones back then, y'all. We was like
Girl, we were just in the lab.
in the lab, child. I used to
Just
literally take the book and just be like, before you know, I done read so many. I mean, I'll read so many books, and it was hilarious because one time, like, the mouse actually fall the ass off the track, and I was like, oh, what do I do? Oh my God, the thing was hilarious. They're like, I go and Herb and stop the track and clear everything out. And then I go downstairs, like, what do I do? Because I don't think this mouse is alive. And I remember them being like, Tamika, we expect some to die.
girl.
Thank you.
But see, but all you getting exposed to stuff like
You never get exposed to if we just sit at the house or we just do a summer job like a regular, because I used to leave my internship and go to my job. Like I did both.
yep. That's another thing people always ask me. Well, I need I got a regular job. And yeah, you can do both.
You can do
Do
both.
both.
I think I saw Meg can get the local ones. Y'all don't forget the like. Thank you, Aaron. And I say my people be loving me. I love Aaron. Aaron, I saw your comment. I need to reply to it. On one of my videos. But you know that wasn't gonna be no easy, quick comment. We got to chat. But one thing I wanted to say. Gosh, they threw me off in the chat. Now I had such a little profound moment. I lost it. It's gone. God, it was there. But I'm so excited, Megan, for sure, for sure. Y'all, I'm playing with y'all. I'm happy to see y'all want to see her come back. We're definitely going to have Megan back in August. I must admit, this is going to be, I mean, y'all see the gems we dropping on this, and I feel like we did a really good job of covering some basic bases. I don't want to sit here and take away time from the knowledge Megan can give us by me kind of giving this conversational style. So Megan's going to come back and she's going to do a full-on presentation, however she sees fit, where she gives you some true takeaways on how to get paid internships, how to perfect your resume. Who knows how we're going to make that happen, but we want to set you guys up for success. This live that we're going to do is going to be later this year because internships are more available end of summer leading into the fall. That's the best time to apply. That's the time that you're going to find most of them just out there, like looking for people. By the time you start looking in January, December, they're gone, right? And people get ready for the summer, so you're not going to see any in May. And so we're going to definitely get this going again next time. It's going to be all Megan. I'm literally going to introduce her and jump off and let her just give us full information. There's only one caveat to this, and I don't mean for it to be a caveat. I just feel like the information we give here for free is not for the people who aren't committed to Heyyy HR or appreciate what Heyyy HR gives. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm being a little selfish because I get a lot of hate comments and it throws me off because it's free information. So I'm thrilled about this membership. That's why I started the prices so low. I mean, $2.99, $2.99 a month because I'm bringing on amazing professionals like Megan, where she can come and talk to my members. Personally, I'm also thinking about not even just having it on YouTube, because it'll be like this, but we got to read to y'all in the chat. I mean, read what you're saying in the chat. I'm really thinking that what we're going to do is focus more on having Megan onto a Zoom where you guys are there and you can ask your questions live for the low price of $2.99 per month. There are other options as well. And I'm saying $2.99. $2.99 is for the stars like y'all see that Toya has in the chat. Toya already knows she's in. But I feel like there's a higher membership that might be $9.99 or $6.99. That's the one that you'll be able to see her. If y'all be like, "What, Tamika, we gonna join in July?" I feel you. Do your thing. Do your thing. I ain't even mad at you. Pay a month or two and jump right back off. I'm cool with that. I thought that we were good friends, so I thought you were gonna hang around longer. But if we're not, then I totally get it. But we bringing Megan back. She's amazing. Megan, I thank you so much. I'm excited to see where Right Frame and Aspire to Learn. Inspire,
Aspire to intern.
aspire to intern. I got to get it right, y'all, because she coming up with these fancy things. I need her to help me come up with something instead of just be the HR pro. Like she's got these fancy little terms. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited for real, for real. I'm playing with y'all. Megan and I play like this all the time. It's such a comfortable space with her. Thank you so much, Megan, for giving all this information. Y'all, we're gonna see y'all next time. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell so you'll know other times that we not only bring on amazing guests like Megan. Megan's coming back, but new guests. We're gonna do a guest every quarter. So for now, Megan, tell people bye in your own way, child.
Y'all, thank you so much for having me. Hey, HR audience. This is my I'm gonna tell on myself real quick. This is my first live on YouTube. So your
Okay.
girl is your girl is excited. Your girl is happy. I appreciate you, Mika, so much, girl. I tell you all the time, so you already know what it is. But I want the people to know that y'all have a gem in Mika. She is willing to give so much information. In fact, I told her to stop giving all this information away, girl, because you are a fountain of knowledge, a fountain of information. But y'all already know that because y'all rock with her. Y'all been rocking with her. Y'all continue to rock with her. I'm gonna rock with her till the wheels fall off. So Mika, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're so welcome.
And I'm excited to come back. I'll at Heyyy HR again.
Yes, yes, we'll have you coming back. Y'all do me a favor, hit the like button. Can't wait to see y'all the next time. Have a good night.